What is up, guys? OddEYES Lumia here today, and I have a sweet little deck feature for your viewing pleasure. So I posted this up on the Digimon Card Game 2020 Facebook page because I thought it was really cool. I was able to pull a second place win with this. It was locally, but still really cool deck, especially considering Evil Imperial wants to be a good deck, and it is an incredibly fun deck, but it does have its shortcomings. So to fix those shortcomings, one of the big things is being able to eat all your opponent's security at once without triggering any security effects. That isn't easily doable in Imperial because you only get about 2 to 3 checks with a Tai and a PLACE. That I was trying to figure out other ways to get security checks. Well, this was the only way I could figure it out, and that is because the Digimon DNA Digivolve become new Digimon, therefore cards like Lightning Joust don't work unless you play them before you combo off when you're already into Imperial Dragon mode. So that doesn't really work, unfortunately. But because our boy Hero over here has a cool little effect, your turn, when you attack the Digimon that has Gammamon and its Digivolution cards, you may suspend this tamer. That Digimon gains a security +1. And they're 3 cost. So your opponent has a memory tamer out. They leave you, and you have a memory tamer out. You don't really have anything you want to do that turn, so you drop a hero, drop a hero. This obviously is going to have a little more of an issue against Black or Greymon, but it is pretty cool how fast the deck does pop off when the combo does go off. And the cool thing about this is you can still combo off like normal, surprisingly. I honestly was beyond shocked by the fact that I was able to combo off like normal, and I didn't need the discard engine that Demimeramon and Eismon is usually added to this package. So we're going to go over our Digi-Eggs. We have 4 of the starter deck Digimon. Why 4 of the starter deck Digimon? Because when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, this Digimon gets plus 2000 DP. This is the best Digimon in particular for this deck because our boy, when you evolve up, chooses one of your opponent's Digimon and deletes the rest. Therefore, immediately making them 14k. That carries on to when you turn into fighter mode, making it easier to run over bigger things, also making it easier to survive security checks with Digimon like Omnimon X Antibody, etc. So we run 4 of the Digimon. The reason we run the red egg is because Wormmon and Vmon can both evolve from it, no problem. So then we go into our rookies. We run 4 Wormmon. This is how you get your pieces into the trash. One of the ways. There are a total of 3 ways. With Wormmon, reveal the top 3 cards, add 1 purple or red Digimon card with free in its traits, 1 card with Imperial in its name from them to your hand, trash 1 such card among them, and place the rest of the bottom deck in any order. So my understanding with this card is you still have to trash a card regardless. There are situations where that's okay, because you can, if you can't grab your Gammamon, you can trash your Gammamon and get it back with like a card like Breeclaw. But yeah, that's how you trash the Flamedramon, Shadramon, Imperialdramon, Dinobemon to combo off your. We go into our second rookie. We run 4 Vmon, red. On play, trash 1 card with Imperialdramon or a Digimon with free in its traits to draw 2 cards. Fantastic card to let you trash the pieces that you need for the combo. Also gain a card advantage so you can find the pieces that you need to go into the Gammamon combo. And you're going to see, and then it has an amazing inheritable effect while you have a purple Digimon in play. This Digimon gets plus 2000 DP, which is fantastic. And same thing with Wormmon. While you have a red Digimon in play, this Digimon gains retaliation. Does come up. Sometimes you will evolve your Flamedramon on your Wormmon just to run over something big. It does come up. It is nice to have that kill potential. These guys you will mostly always on play, but the reason we play Digimon is so you can evolve worst case scenario. The Digimon that you always evolve in the back, obviously, is our boy, Gammamon. It's just a 3000 inheritable while you have a Hero Akama in play. Its Digimon gets plus 2000 DP. There are arguments that you can use the BT7, I believe it is, Gammamon, to get the not only play tamer draw a card to get more combo potential, but also be able to delete a Digimon 3000 or less, which could also inherently trigger your Digimon. I just wanted the DP buff because I want to hit security hard as possible. The reason I wanted to add the gammamon package to this deck is because security control is a deck this deck has a hard time with, because you only get 2 to 3 checks, and you immediately put them at their 3 threshold, they move up a Salamon, they immediately gain the gain. You don't get a whole lot of value off of it. So, with the Gammamon and Hero package, you're able to clear more security at once without triggering security effects, without giving them value, and security control just has a bad time. So, we will go to our level 4s now. We run only 8 level 4s. Arguments that you could use the free snake Queseldamon or something. You know, the only thing is it only evolves on Wormmon. So you would have to make sure that your Wormmon is out because he can't evolve otherwise. But the combo. When digivolving, activate one of the effects. You may digivolve one of your other Digimon into a level 4 red Digimon card with free init traits from your trash for the cost. So it evolves into evolves your one of your Digimon into Flamedramon. Cool thing about Flamedramon is he can evolve on both red or purple. And then the other when digivolving effect is you may DNA digivolve this with one of your Digimon in play. So that's where this combo comes in. It's obviously the same thing, but this one is purple instead. So we run 4 of them. Obviously, deck space is kind of tight, not gonna lie. We run 4 Dino B. Unsuspend with the specified on top, they become a new Digimon. Therefore, cards like Lightning Just don't work, obviously. So when digivolving, when DNA digivolving, play 1 Pyldra from your trash without paying its cost on deletion. You may play a Wormmon from your trash without paying its memory costs. There will be times when you obviously can end up like moving up to run into something and then play the Wormmon from underneath, get the on play and trigger and stuff like that. It does come up. Not very often, but it does come up. Another thing is that I did on that actually won me one of my games was I went full combo and I was able to go up into another line, just the Imperial Dragon mode, but I just hard played one of these guys, and the end of turn of Flamedramon and Shadramon triggered, let them DNA digivolve into Dragon mode gain Blitz, and I just swung for game that turn, regardless of the fact that I didn't have, like, those Digimon technically had summoning sickness until I DNA digivolved. Really cool combo. One thing I absolutely love about them. Alright, Pyldramon. Oh, sorry. Let's go over the inheritable. Dino Beamon inheritable. When this Digimon has Imperial in its name, it can attack your opponent's unsuspended. It's good stuff. That means you just clear an entire board. It is kind of dumb what this deck does. Clear the whole entire board, clear your opponent's security. Feels good. And Evil Imperial looks so freaking cool. I have been hyped about this deck for so long. Now, Pyldramon. Same thing as Dino B, only you play a Dino B and then you play a V-Mod from your trash on deletion. Inheritable, this getting security +1. So, another interesting thing is you don't need just Dino B and Pyldramon to do the combo. There were times when I actually hard played the Pyldramon while I had a Pyldramon on board to go into Imperial Dragon mode to clear more security that way. It's just if you need to facilitate the original combo, then you go into that. So we run 4 of the best dragon, Imperial Dragon mode. Man, this card is nuts. DNA digivolving for 0. Purple level 5 plus level 5, red level 5 digivolve, unsuspended with 2 specified on top. When digivolving, if a DNA digivolving, your opponent chooses one of their Digimon and deletes the rest. Then Blitz. When it says then Blitz, doesn't mean you have to attack right off the bat. It just means that when you're have passed memory over to your opponent, it can still attack. There was some confusion with that in the ruling, but yeah, it doesn't immediately trigger. So you can play cards like Analog Youth or Claw, put sources underneath and trigger to pass memory and go into like fighter mode for more security checks, or if you need to search out the fighter mode, like find different ways like that. That's one thing I do love about this, is that Blitz isn't like a mandatory right then. It's once it passes over to your opponent, it can still attack if their memory is 1 or more. When attacking once per turn, this Digimon gets plus 2000 DP for the turn. Already a 15k with a VMon underneath a 17k. Not to mention it can run over a lot of other things. Then you may digivolve this Digimon into Imperial Fighter mode in your hand for its digivolution cost. So the digivolution cost fighter mode is if it evolves from drag mode, it costs 2. Very cool. When Digivolving may return 1 Imperial drag mode from the Digimon cards to the bottom of its owner's deck to prevent your opponent's security effects from activating. This is the only card in the entire game that prevents all security effects. Yeah, it is nuts. Not only that, but when this thing dies, you trigger the on deletion and get a free Wormmon and Vmon, which then also facilitates more cards to your hand and or in trash to do the combo again. That's where this card comes up. This is one of the spiciest cards in this deck. If I have a full stack and I just swung Imperial with 4 checks and cleared out your security, and I play a Calling from Darkness, not only do I get back the sources I need to go for Blitz for the final hit, but I also get card advantage. So you play Calling from Darkness on your Imperial, on your fighter mode. On deletion, plays Vmon, plays Wormmon. Then you add back the sources that you need to trigger, like say you need a Dragon mode that is already in your trash, or Dino Bee or PLACE. Because they are purple, you can add those. You see where I'm going with this? So you're able to combo off. You can add the Shadramon to play the Flamesramon. So you can go full combo that turn back into another Dragon mode swing for game. All because of Calling from Darkness. It is a nutty card. And the spice. Well, we're playing the Gammamon package. We need to find ways to put Gammamon underneath our Digimon. This is one of the best ways, obviously, other than just Digivolving up. Maybe when your Digimon gets plus 2000 DP for the turn, makes it so you can run over the security easier. Then by playing 1 Digimon with Gammamon in its name from your hand at the bottom of your Digivolution cards, draw 1 card from your deck. You know, gets you more pieces for the combo. There was another situation where I went into Dragon mode, but I didn't pass my turn yet, and I had Gammamon in the sources, and I hard played Hero to trigger Blitz to get the your turn and then the Dragon mode for its Blitz effect. So then I was able to get an additional security, clear all the security, and leave my opponent in a very rough spot. So yeah, and then the inheritable does come up because, you know, there will be Gammamons in your security, there will be Gammamons in your trash. You have a lot of trashing in this deck. A free Gammamon from your hand or trash without paying its memory cost, which means that you could also combo off if it's still there on your following turn, meaning you have more level 3 bodies to trigger with. Crimson Blaze, the 5th option we play in the deck. I was running with Death X and 1 Crimson Blaze, but I felt like Crimson Blaze is just way better in the Bloom Lord matchup. And I also feel like this card gets around all these reduced cost negators because of the errata, making Crimson Blaze actually nuts. It does come up in situations where we need to kill off little guys so they couldn't take per game. And it's just an absolutely insane card. It's kind of self-explanatory, but I'll read it anyways. Reduce the memory cost of this card by hand from your hand by 1 for each Digimon from your opponent has in play. Main, delete all your opponent's Digimon with 6000 DP or less, and then your opponent cannot play Digimon by effects until the end of your opponent's next turn. It's really good in the mirror match. Now we get into the Tamer package. We have 3 Tai Kamiya. He's your memory setter. He also gives you security +1. Someone mentioned on one of my posts about the deck and everything. They were like, well, Tai does it better. I'm like, oh, I run Tai too. But, you know, stacking Tais is a lot harder than stacking heroes. So 3 of these. Memory setter, security, plays them by effect, and gives security attack +1 to Digimon with 4 or more sources. Red Digimon. Hero gives security to a Digimon. When attacking, you may suspend this tamer to have this Digimon gain security attack for the turn. It checks an additional security as long as you have Gammamon and its sources and its Digivolution cards. And Analog Way, because we're playing a graveyard-based deck, there's literally no reason to not run this card. Not to mention, this could single-handedly make you go from Blitz back to your turn. Because, say you hit something in security, it does happen, from like just dying, Analog Use, trigger, go back to your turn, play V-Boys, go full combo again. Depending on the source, what you have in your hand. You draw a lot of cards in this deck, not to mention you retain a lot of resources. It can brick, obviously, like any Digimon deck, but I just think this is one of the clear versions that I have put together and felt really comfortable playing. It also felt good that I could just build in the back if I needed to. But yes, back to Analog Youth. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 Digimon card from among them, trash the remaining cards. Then all turns with one of your 5 or higher Digimon, level 5 or higher Digimon, with Digivolution cards is deleted, you may suspend this tamer. If you do, gain 1 memory and then hatch 1 Digi-Egg. Extra draw power, you know. So yeah, guys, that is the deck. A spicy card that I was thinking about adding to the deck is Dorvikmon, because say you don't go full combo and you swing with Imperial and you clear security, the next turn you clear the rest of the security, he dies, but the boys can't attack. Well, then you can use Vmon and whatever sources you have in your hand, hard play Dorvik for 3, swing for game. So definitely an idea there. I just think this is one of the more spicy versions of this deck, and being able to clear all your opponent's security at once is kind of nuts, not gonna lie. If you guys know anyone who likes TCGs, tell them to hit up my channel, give this video a like, subscribe, and I shall see you next time on OddEYES.